There's something subtle about the way he's talking. Like he should have known better. Like he wound me up and let me loose into a web of razor wire. Like he used me. It's almost heartbreaking how backward it is. Something in me feels like it's cracking at the sight, but I shut the door against that part of my chest. I've let this go too far. I knew that before, but I really felt it when I was in the cage. This was never meant to be a friendship. Sam is the means to an end, and I have to stop wanting to tell him everything will be fine, because it won't be. I have to snap out of it, and I have to stop his train of thought. Not just because it's making him feel bad, but because I can't let him entertain the thought of backing out now. I signed up for this. I want this, I say, looking over at him. The words are even, delivered in even intervals, so he can swallow them and digest them and understand. Let's get this straight, okay? You didn't make me do this. You didn't get me to do anything. He won't meet my eyes as he shakes his head. I know you chose this. You don't think I know that? Damn, Vesper. That's the worst part of this. I was watching you in that mess, and I was equal parts horrified and proud. Don't you get it? And that's the sick part. Watching you scream. Damn, I could see the smoke coming off your skin. It was almost too much, but I still stood there, wanting you to tear that girl apart. What kind of a monster does that make me? Still not a worse one than me. I stare at the dashboard, at the scratch in the leather, at the coffee stain beside it. The words bubble up in my throat. Tell me about Elisa, I say. I know this will make it harder in the long run, but I need him to focus on what he wants, because if he thinks himself into a self-righteous mood, we're both up shit creek. Also, maybe hearing how much he loved this girl will help me stack immovable objects in front of that door in my chest. He looks at me like I must have misspoke. What? What did you think when you first met her? What was the first thought in your mind? His eyes search mine, and he leans back against the door. I thought she was a thief. What? I ask, and the word comes out as a laugh. He nods. She was upstairs during one of my parents' parties. I went into their bedroom to get something for my dad and saw her leaving my little sister's room. She was wearing a black dress. Her hair was a dark blonde, all twisted, you know. He motions at the back of his neck with his hand, indicating a low bun. The streetlights illuminate his face as the memory takes hold. He smiles. I yelled at her to stop, but she took off. Jumped out an open window onto the patio below. What did you do? I followed her. She was fast, but I was faster. He's caught up in the memory now. I can see it in the way the smile that started slinking up the side of his mouth has reached his eyes. I caught her halfway through the Thompsons' back lawn, near their pool house. We fell into the grass. I thought I had the upper hand, but she flipped me over and pinned me down. He takes a steady breath. Her hair had come all loose, and I thought she was going to knock me out or something. My chest tightens at the sound of his voice. It's softer than I've ever heard it, like the memory is crystal, and he's lifting it out of its wrapping to give me a glimpse. What did she do? I whisper. He looks at me, his eyes coming back into focus. She just looked at me. And then the sprinklers came on. He smiles. It's the most I've seen him smile so far. What was she actually doing in your parents' house? I ask, genuinely curious. He blinks, like he's coming back to himself. Oh, right. Stealing. He reads my face. She had secrets then. She had secrets even at our closest. Closest. I imagine Sam, the sunlight on his skin. I imagine her making him laugh in bed on a Sunday morning. I imagine what he must have looked like, happy. And I don't want to think that. I don't want to see what a stark contrast it must be to now.